Welcome back to another story time with Auntie Wissa. If you're watching this video, please take a second to like and subscribe and share this video if you want to laugh along and have your friends laugh along to these funny stories of my life. I'm glad you're here. So, this is a story about the time that I somehow happened upon a running of the bulls festival in France. So, I went to France in 2012 and I was on a mission trip, and we had gone prior to France, Greece, and then Germany. And then we ended up in France for the last 7 days of our mission trip. We flew in to Marseille, and then we took a train from Marseille to Nimes, and then we took a bus from Nimes to this little village called Saint Charlotte. And let me tell you something. French countryside, beautiful, almost unmatched. The vineyards, the just the beautiful like villas, things like that. I mean, it's just beautiful. And I'm for myself, like taking a train, I'd never been to France before. Taking a train through the French countryside was like a dream come true. And I yeah, was just living it up. And so we get to this little village, and by village, I mean literally a village. We're out in the middle of nowhere in the French countryside, and we are like surrounded by vineyards, and that's about it. And the roads are like cobblestone roads. It's straight up like a village out in the boonies of France. So we're there for a couple of days. We're working with the ministry there, and we're experiencing all of the French things. We have cheese and meats, every single day, and fresh baguettes from the pastry shop, the bread shop that's, I don't know, right down the road. We go and get fresh bread every single morning. They have fresh croissants. I mean, dream come true, right? So every single day, I would wake up in the morning, we would have breakfast, we would have like free time, to like have quiet time, spend time with the Lord, whatever. And I would always bust out of the place we're staying at and walk down the street and get myself a chocolate croissant because honestly, who wouldn't, right? You would too. Don't you dare tell me that you wouldn't. Every single day, when you know you're only in France for like 7 days, go and get a chocolate croissant every single morning. Or even just a baguette. Because why not? Why not just eat a baguette every single day? Especially when it's fresh, like real fresh bread. Not no supermarket cut bread or whatever. I'm talking about a fresh baguette. The baker doesn't even speak English. Yes, you would go get a croissant or a baguette in the morning. So, anyways, one of these days that we're there, it's like we've been there for like 2 or 3 days at this point. We're only there for a couple more days, and the weekend is showing up. And they tell us there's some big festival coming, but they didn't really know what it was. The people that live there, they just said festival. They didn't really explain what it was. I'll say it that way. And so they just told us, like, there's going to be a lot of people, on the other side of the village. You guys should go check it out. Maybe you guys can talk to some people, whatever. So me and my friends are like, cool, let's go over there. So we walk over to the other side of the village, and we show up on this road. We see people walking. So we like turn this corner and we show up on this road, and the road is completely gated off, which I mean, I had never seen anything like that before, especially gates like this. They're like very, very tall, and they're not like your regular gates. They literally look like they came straight up off a farm. Like somebody just brought these from their farm and set them up in the middle of the village. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? And then we hear the music. I don't know, some sort of like French music or whatever. And we just hear, big, big thumps and people, yeah, yelling. So we find a little spot we can look in through the gates to see what's going on, in through the fence. And I kid you not, bulls running, people running, and then bulls running at them. What? I'm pretty sure that like the running of the bulls is not a French thing. Like, isn't it from Spain or something like that? I mean, yes, Europe, but not this part of Europe. And also, why in this town? Maybe it was like a town celebration. I'm not really sure. But all I know is that I'm in a small village in the French countryside and I'm watching grown men run for their lives and the biggest bulls I've ever seen chasing them. And when I tell you in the moment, best source of entertainment, 10 out of 10. Also just an amazing experience. Like uh in that moment and in moments like that, those are moments when I just kind of like take about 30 seconds and I kind of like take a step back and I am kind of taking it all in. I am in France in a village. I just had a fresh, beautiful chocolate croissant this morning. I'm hanging out with my friends and now I'm watching a running of the Bulls Festival. Like what is my life, right? Like that's what I think in those moments is like what am I doing, you know? And at this point like I'm 21, you know? Like I'm a young girl. So anyways, we're at this festival like I said, it's like a running of the bulls festival and um all day this is what's happening. They had like different heats of people running and then more bulls. And I don't know if they just gathered every bull in a 50-mile radius or what, but my gosh, there were so many and they were terrifying. I um was scared that, you know, one of the bulls was going to just come through that little rickety fence that these farmers set up and get us, but you know, obviously that didn't happen. But the crazier thing is that this festival was like a whole weekend event. And later that night, we're like in our house and we just hear like boom, 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 boom. And it's music. So we, you know, look over to the leaders like, hey, can we go figure out what that is? And they're like, sure. You know, again, this is a really small village. There's not supposed to be like a lot going on. So we go, we walk over to the village, to the other side of the village, back where like the running the bulls thing had happened. And sure enough, there's a big old stage. And they're like, I don't, I mean, there's probably the entire village is here at this stage. And there is a cover band that is singing American songs. So when we walked up, they're singing what is that like? Starships. Ba, 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 da. That song was like really new. They're covering it with their like broken English again in this like really small town in France. And so, anyways, hilarious story. One of those moments that I always look back on and just think like, what, what was that? Where did that come from? But also just the, like, what a fun story to tell, right? Like hilarious moment of my life, but also such a sweet thing to look back on. Anyways, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming and listening to another story. Like I said before, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, give this video a like, share this video with a family member, a friend. Yeah, and I'm glad you're here. See you next time.